The war of words between President Trump and his former national security advisor, John Bolton, is spilling over into the courts. The administration has filed a restraining order to stop the release of Bolton's new book, claiming it violates national security. In an exclusive interview with ABC's Martha Raddatz, Bolton gives a glimpse of what's inside his White House memoir.
Is the president lying?
Yes, he is. And it's not the first time either.
Bolton slamming the president, calling Trump erratic, irrational, foolish, and stunningly uninformed. And on the issue of Russia.
How would you describe Trump's relationship with Vladimir Putin?
I think Putin thinks he can play him like a fiddle. I think Putin is smart, tough. I think he sees that he's not faced with a serious adversary here. I don't think he's worried about Donald Trump.
Bolton also says Trump withheld U.S. aid from Ukraine for political reasons and suggested China's president buy more American goods to help him win the 2020 election. Trump's U.S. trade representative reacting to that claim yesterday on Capitol Hill.
Absolutely untrue. Never happened. I was there. I have no recollection of that ever happening. I don't believe it's true. I don't believe it ever happened.
The administration calls Bolton's claims bogus and is trying to block the book with a civil lawsuit. The president on Twitter. Wacko John Bolton's exceedingly tedious book is made up of lies and fake stories. A disgruntled, boring fool who only wanted to go to war. Bolton is incompetent. The administration says Bolton's book contains classified material.
I will consider every conversation with me as president highly classified. So that would mean that if he wrote a book and if the book gets out, he's broken the law.
They have to go through a clearance process before they can publish the book. And we don't believe that Bolton went through that process, hasn't completed the process, and therefore is in violation of that agreement.
A former Congressman, Trey Gowdy, questioning Bolton's motives on Fox News.
Oh, Bolton, if you really think he's unfit to be the leader of the free world, why didn't you say anything? Why do I have to buy your book to get that?
It's worth noting Bolton refused to testify in the impeachment trial, and in the book is critical of how Congress handled the process. CBN's chief political analyst, David Brody, says it comes down to a he said, she said situation.
In other words, the book is called In the Room Where It Happened. Well, John Bolton says he was in the room where it happened. But Donald Trump has a version about that as well. He was in the room where it happened. And then you've got a lot of folks within the White House saying that none of this is true. And part of the problem here for John Bolton is we don't have any actual words that Donald Trump said in the room where it happened. We have some vague generalities about what Donald Trump was talking about.
If it's not held up by the courts, Bolton's book comes out June 23rd. In Washington, Jenna Browder, CBN.